All right, welcome back. In this video, we're going to look at the effect of dilations on perimeter. So when we do a dilation, the perimeter of the image will be equal to the product of the perimeter of the image and the scale factor. Okay, and actually I think we're missing something right here. It should be the perimeter of the pre-image and the scale factor. So let's add that in, the perimeter of the pre-image. So we'll be multiplying the perimeter of the pre-image by the scale factor, and that will give us our new perimeter. Okay? So if a square has sides of 4 centimeters and is dilated by a scale factor of 5, what is the effect on the new perimeter? Okay? So my effect is going to be the perimeter will be 5 times bigger than the original. Okay, and let me show you that that actually really does happen. Okay, so if I have a square that has sides that are 4 centimeters, so it's 4 centimeters by 4 centimeters by 4 centimeters by 4 centimeters, its perimeter is going to be 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4, which is 16 centimeters. If I dilate by that by a scale factor of 5, that means now everything is 5 times bigger than what it was. So all of my sides are now 20. 5 times 4 is 20. My perimeter now is 20, 40, 60, 80 centimeters. If I take 16 and I multiply 16 times 5, that is 80. 80 is 5 times bigger than 16. My new perimeter will be 5 times bigger than the original. Notice this one didn't ask me what the perimeter was. My new perimeter is 80. It just asked me what is the effect on the perimeter. If my scale factor is 5, it's going to be 5 times bigger. If my scale factor was 1/2, it would be 1/2 times the original, right? Okay. Let's look at this last example. The Smiths recently went on a family vacation. They had a picture from their trip made into multiple sizes. Find the perimeter of the image below. So when I look at my image, I need to make sure I pay attention to everything here. I can see the perimeter of A, B, C, D. So that is here. And I know, because I don't have primes on this one, I know that is my pre-image. And this pre-image here has a perimeter of 20. Okay? It's asking me what is going to be the perimeter of the image, right? What's the perimeter of the image? The image is the one with the parentheses. So I'm looking for the perimeter of this one. Okay? So the first thing I'm going to have to do is figure out, well, what was the scale factor? How much did I increase from here up to here? Okay, so what's the change from here up to here? Well, we've kind of already done stuff similar to this, right? This is going back to those proportions in Unit 5 that we did at the very beginning, right after we came back from winter break. Okay, so we're actually going to use a proportion to help us solve this. Okay, when we set up our proportion, we have to be really careful to make sure we are using numbers from the center of dilation to the small original pre-image, and then we're comparing that from the center of dilation to the whole thing. So I can't take like this little piece and compare it with this little piece. I have to compare from the center of dilation to the little one, and then from the center of dilation to the large one. So everything is going to leave from the center of dilation. Okay, so for example, from the center of dilation to my image, if I know how big that piece is, then I can use that to help me start building a proportion. Now, I don't see how big that piece is. There's nothing there. But I do know that my whole distance is 68, and I know this distance here is 32. So I can find this by doing 68 minus 32. If I do 68 minus 32, that's going to give me, 36. Okay, so this distance here is 36. My whole distance is 68. So I'm going to do the small distance over the whole distance. Okay, so my small original figure, right, my small pre-image to my whole image. Every time I set up a proportion or a fraction, I'm going to set it up like that, so that way they will continue to be equal each time. So my small pre-image, to get from the center to this small one, my pre-image is 36 units. To get from the center to the image, the whole distance, that's a distance of 68. Okay, then I'm going to compare that with my perimeters, because remember, perimeters and scale factors go together. So my small pre-image has a scale factor of 20. So my small pre-image is going to go on top, and my whole image is going to go on the bottom. My whole image is my large perimeter, which is what I'm trying to find, right? We can think of this as x. And then we'll be able to have that perimeter. So all we need to do for this one is just cross multiply. So when I cross multiply, I'm going to get x times 36 equals 68 times 20. 68 times 20 is 1,360. And then all we have left to do is divide by 36. And that will give me x, which is going to be the perimeter that I'm trying to find. X equals, divided by 36. Now, it came out to a decimal, so I'm going to round to 3 places, 37.778. I'm going to round, okay, 778. Okay, so there is my x value. When I cross multiplied and I solved, that is the perimeter that I'm looking for. So the perimeter of the image, the perimeter of A prime, B prime, C prime, D prime is 37.778, and then my units here are all centimeters. And since it's not area, it's perimeter, we don't have to worry about putting a square or anything on our units. They're just linear plane units. 37.778. Again, the key to this one is we need to make sure we're comparing the short distance to the whole distance. I didn't need this 32 at all, except to help me find out what this short distance was. Okay, if they had just given me the short distance, then this piece here would not be important to me. Okay, I just need the short distance and the whole distance. We compare the pre-image from the center of dilation to the image with the center of dilation. Okay, so make sure you're setting those up and using your proportions well. All right, if you have any questions about dilations, whether it's doing a dilation with the center as the origin, with a point other than the center as the origin, or perimeters, make sure you're attending your sync time and asking questions. All right, thank you so much for watching.